What limited punk's political change efforts? Punk's political change efforts faced several limitations rooted in its culture and social context. While punk music and culture embraced an anti-establishment stance, rebellion, and a do-it-yourself ethos, its impact on broader political change was constrained by various factors. First, punk's anti-establishment ethos often focused on rejecting mainstream culture and authority instead of organized political action. Many punks expressed their discontent with social issues like unemployment and economic decline through aggressive music and confrontational styles. This approach created a scene centered on voicing anger rather than building cohesive political movements. The rebellious energy sometimes translated into parties or expressions of frustration rather than practical activism. Second, punk was politically diverse and often contradictory. Some bands embraced left-wing values, while others were apolitical or even attracted right-wing elements. This fractured political identity made it hard for punk to present a unified front or sustained activism. Some punks rejected political labels altogether, focusing instead on individual freedom or nihilism. This diversity diluted punk's potential as a focused political force. Third, punk's political messages were often superficial. Discussions around feminism, veganism, or anti-authoritarianism existed but sometimes lacked depth or practical follow-through. The underground and do-it-yourself nature of punk meant that political engagement was often localized and limited to subcultural spaces. This limited its ability to translate into wider societal change. Fourth, punk's relationship with mainstream politics was complicated. Punk often opposed traditional political channels and was skeptical of formal activism. This skepticism limited its ability to influence policy or engage with established political systems. For example, groups like Pussy Riot used punk music as protest in authoritarian contexts, highlighting punk's potential for dissent but also its challenges in effecting change through conventional means. Finally, the commercialization of punk and its leftist politics in later years contributed to a performative aspect. This sometimes prioritized image and identity over substantive political change. Political expressions within punk catered to specific audiences rather than broad movements, reducing its effectiveness as a vehicle for systemic transformation. Punk's political change efforts were limited by its broad and sometimes contradictory identities, focus on cultural rebellion over organized activism, superficial engagement, skepticism of traditional systems, and later commercialization. While punk remains a powerful cultural force of dissent, these factors have constrained its ability to drive sustained political change.